as a United States citizen, understanding what is happening in Iran is very, very confusing. And there are probably only two people that I trust because we all know that there was a blackout in Iran. They intentionally cut the internet, cut all communication, which was very, very intentionally done for a reason. But there are two people that I trust when it comes to Iran. One of them is you, Armin,
Oh,
and the other one is Masih Alinejad because
well,
when she speaks on CNN or MSNBC, everything she says sounds so accurate, so on point, so brave, so resilient. And I think that she is the voice of a generation. It it makes when she speaks, it makes perfect sense to me. It makes perfect sense to me. So my my concern is, why is it that you and maybe other people are giving her the non-benefit of the doubt? Like, what information do you have that I don't have? And what can you share with me that can, because I just don't understand why we would be opposed to her when she is saying very, very strong things. Can you please can you please give me some additional information? Maybe I don't have the evidence. Maybe there's some data out there. Maybe there's information out there that I am not aware of. Thank
so the fact that she acts like she represents the Iranian people is already a lie there, right? Because the Iranian people are disgusted by her, absolutely disgusted by her. I could give you the reasons, but just know that, like, Masih Alinejad is one of the most hated people by Iranians, right?
can you give
Uh,
me factual evidence to support that?
right. So Masih Alinejad is in competition with Princess of Pahlavi. She considers she wants all the attention. And over the years, we have seen so much behavior by her that she does everything and anything to be the center of attention as in competition with Princess of Pahlavi, right? She has repeatedly spoken against Princess of Pahlavi, right? Attacked him. She has repeatedly tried to first demonstrate herself as an equal to him, and eventually, when that didn't work out, to go against him. Right? Every time the Iranian people, like for years ago, when Iranian people wanted to make him the leader of the revolution, he was starting a campaign to say we don't need a leader, everybody is a leader. um, she Once the Iranian people turned against her because of that, she went on shows on Iran International and everywhere else, attacking Prince Reza Pahlavi, attacking his position, basically suggesting that
What were her
that
attacks
we should hold him
specifically?
accountable. Hmm?
What were her attacks specifically?
So many different attacks. Basically, he's not doing this, he's not doing that, he's not being accountable, he's not being answering questions. Even though Princess Pahlavi answers more questions more than anyone else, and he's the most accessible to journalists. People, it's actually very interesting because Masih Alinejad. It gets worse, by the way. I'm starting with the smallest thing, right? Let me work my way up. Okay. So even
Okay.
though Masih Alinejad is not available for answering questions and Princess Pahlavi is, she was accusing him of not being available and not doing enough and not being accountable. So all this stuff. Okay. So, but let me work my way
Why
up.
can I
Let me
ask a
work my
question?
way up.
Why do I see Mase on the news, but I don't see Princess Pahlavi on the news?
Princess Pahlavi is always in the news. He's available everywhere. He's talking all the time to different journalists, right? Masih Alinejad is attention grabbing person. Like, she knows what to do to get seen more. Her entire thing. So she has given up on the Iranian people. She is now focusing on Westerners who don't know how much she's hated by the Iranian people, and she's using her ignorance to she has made a lot of money, and she's using all of that money to spend on basically getting as on many platforms as possible to for her to be the representative of the Iranian people that Westerners see, without actually
What do you
telling them that
oh,
she is. Yeah, can I go through the list, please? Let me go through the list, okay? One of the main things that she did that made Iranian people originally go against her was when she worked with separatists um, as a way to get close to Macron, to have a meeting with Macron, right? So he she worked with Kurdish separatists to arrange a meeting with Macron to increase her credibility, and in return she started supporting them and platforming them on her show Tablet inside to Iranian audience, and that was the beginning where a lot of Iranians realized that she's going to do everything and anything to basically gain to be seen, right? So you because she realized that if she sits next to Macron and has videos of her speaking to her, that would gain her credibility. So she worked with Kurdish separatists to be able to arrange that, and in return, she's a lot of her language became in support of Kurdish separatists, and that is an unforgivable sin to the Iranian people to support Kurdish separatists. Like, you cannot get more anti-Iranian than supporting Kurdish separatists. That was the beginning,
what is
and then
Kurdish separatism?
Kurdish separatist groups are people who are anti-Iranian, and they are trying to challenge the border integrity of Iran. The most sacred thing to the Iranian people is their integrity of their borders. And Masih Alinejad started working with the people who wanted to basically take parts of Iran and turn it into free Kurdistan. That was the first unforgivable sin, right? Then, like after that, then we saw that how constantly she's pushing against Prince Reza Pahlavi and is trying to act like she's an equal to him or even better than him. That was something that disgusted a lot of people. Then after when the Lion and Sun revolution happened, and you saw so many videos coming out of Iran, right? So you know what I'm talking about, like early January when the Iranian people did the in early January with the massacre that happened.
I don't think they're videos because I think the internet was shut down, right? If there were videos, then I would have seen the videos.
There's a lot of videos of the mass uprising
Yeah,
of the Lion and Sun revolution early January by the Iranian people. They're like the internet was flooded with videos. Of
about like massacring people, like gun massacring.
so so there are videos of Iranian people being massacred, but there was also before the internet shut down when millions of Iranians came out. Before the internet was shut down, did you see all the videos of the large number of Iranians shouting, chanting, Javid Shah, Pahlavi will return? Did you see those videos?
I did, I believe.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. So
but
when that was happening, Masih Alinejad was cherry picking, like what she was posting those videos on social media, and she was cherry picking videos. She wasn't posting. She was only posting videos where the Iranian people were chanting "Death to the Islamic Republic, Death to Khamenei," but she purposefully avoided posting any videos that had Javid Shah in it or any videos that had Pahlavi will return. See, so she was censoring the Iranian people who were out in the streets, risking their lives to be able to shout Pahlavi's name and asking for his return. The Iranian people were risking everything to be able to say that to the world. And this woman decided to take videos and purposefully not include the ones that the Iranian people were shouting Javid Shah and that Pahlavi would return, and only posting the ones that had death to the Islamic Republic and death to Khamenei or a chance like that. She was cherry picking them. And then eventually, when she was being called, as she was being flooded in the comments, that people were calling her out, like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is too obvious what you're doing." So once she got flooded with those comments, she started posting just a few in between that had Javid Shahin there, but most of it was just even after that was basically the videos that didn't include support for Pahlavi. So I have more, by the way. She, for some reason, after this massacre happened, after this uprising happened, she was chosen to speak in the at the UN on behalf of the Iranian people, to come and talk about this massacre and this uprising that just happened. Um, the Iranian people came out in the millions early January for two main reasons: to fight against the Islamic Republic, but also to bring Pahlavi back to Iran. That uprising happened because of the call to action of Prince Reza Pahlavi, and the Iranian people came out not just against, saying that they came out against the Islamic Republic misses half of why the Iranian people came out for. The Iranian people came out for the return of Pahlavi, not for just the removal of the Islamic Republic. They came out in the streets for the return of Pahlavi. And when she was speaking, I don't know who picked her.
How
I'm
about
not
if
done speaking.
Pahlavi didn't?
I'm not done speaking. I'm not done speaking. What was I saying? But I don't know for what reason Masih Alinejad came out and acted like like who chose her as a representative of the Iranian people at the United Nations. But when she came out, she didn't say anything about Pahlavi. She didn't say anything about Pahlavi. She came out and spoke for a long time about what happened, and she did not reflect the voice of the Iranian people. She didn't mention Princess of Pahlavi. And now, when she's going around and she's speaking, she's also misrepresenting the wishes of the Iranian people, because when she goes out in the media, on the news, she doesn't say what the Iranian people are fighting for, because that challenges her position. She goes everywhere and she talks, and she acts like she's representing the Iranian people. She's not honest with people. She doesn't say that the Iranian people hate me, and she doesn't say what the Iranian people want. She doesn't mention Pahlavi, because that challenges her position. She's acting like she is a representative of the Iranian people. She's not. She gave a seat to the Kurdish separatists at the leadership council that she was trying to create. She became the voice of the Kurdish separatists, and she's anti-Pahlavi. And yeah, so that's why the Iranian people hate her. Go on. What did you want to say?
So if she is anti-Pahlavi, what is wrong with that specifically?
The Iranian people came out and bled for Pahlavi. So if she's there's nothing wrong with her being anti-Pahlavi. She could be anti-Pahlavi, but she's not the voice of the Iranian people. And the Iranian people hate the fact that she goes around and act like she represents them. If she's anti-Pahlavi, she should be honest with that, and she should basically act like she's representing her own views. She's free to be anti-Pahlavi, and the Iranian people are free to be against her for being anti-Pahlavi. If she's anti-Pahlavi, her goals and her wishes are basically at complete odds with the wishes and wants of the Iranian people. If she's against Pahlavi, she's against the Iranian people, because the Iranian people are doing a revolution for the return of Pahlavi. So if she's against that, she's against the Iranian people, and she's against Iran, and she has every right to be against Iran. But just know that supporting Masih Alinejad is supporting a force against the Iranian people, and is supporting a force against Iran. The Iranian people have never been this united. The Iranian people are united more than ever before against the Islamic Republic under the leadership of Prince Reza Pahlavi. When they came out early January to protest and do an uprising against the regime, when the regime started killing them in tens of thousands, they put their hands in their own bloods and they wrote Javid Shah on the wall with their own blood. They want the whole world to know that this revolution is for the return of Pahlavi. And Masih Alinejad goes around on Western media and acts like she's representing them, but she hates Pahlavi. She wants her to be the focus of the attention, not Princess of Pahlavi, and she's misrepresenting the Iranian people, and that's why the Iranian people hate when when she gets invited on different segments and on the news, because then Americans, she knows what to say. She knows that Americans and other Westerners, where especially the right leaning people, if she comes and speaks against the mullahs, she speaks against Islam, she's against Islamic theocracy. People they love to hear that, right? So she knows that. Okay. And she thinks like she's relying on the fact that many Westerners know that the Iranian people are against Islamic Republic and Islamic rule. So they think when she's saying that, then that she must be representing the Iranian people, and they enjoy her aggressive voice against Islamic rule and the mullahs. Okay, but the Islamic Republic also likes what she's saying, because the Islamic Republic has for years funded anti-Islamic Republic content creators as well. I don't know if you know this, but the Islamic Republic has actively been funding and supporting anti-Islam and anti-Islamic content creators as long as they also attack Pahlavi, because the Islamic Republic knows that it has lost the battle when it comes to Islam and Islamic rule. It's not even trying to win that battle because it knows that it has lost that battle to the Iranian people. So it's focusing on attacking Pahlavi. So if you are somebody that is anti-Islam and anti-Islamic rule and anti-Islamic Republic, but at the same time attacks Pahlavi, the Islamic Republic loves that because it knows that the battle that it needs to win right now is the support for Pahlavi. The Islam battle has already been lost. So, given how much the anti-Islam narrative is popular among the Iranian people, the anti-Islamic rule, anti-Islamic narratives are popular, the Islamic Republic actually even leans into that if it also means that you will be attacking Pahlavi. Because the Islamic Republic is threatened mostly by Pahlavi now, not by anti-Islamic narratives, by Pahlavi. So anybody who's against Pahlavi is helping the Islamic Republic.
You make a very compelling point, and you probably know more about this than I ever will because that is your forte. But in order for me personally to make a judgment or a decision, I have to have very, very strong evidence. And I will look into it. I will look into I'll do some research. I will investigate it. But at this point, I don't know if I feel like the evidence condemns
Easy
her.
things to look.
But
Easy thing to
perhaps,
look for. E- Sorry, did I interrupt you? You finish your
yeah,
thoughts.
go on, please,
So
sir.
no, first of all, I appreciate you. Uh, First of all, here's the thing: you, I, not knowing this is normal. Okay, you wanting to know more information about this is appreciated. You know, you being skeptical about it, wanting to come gather more information is appreciated. And I actually appreciate the fact that you're not just believing me because I said something. Okay, that is actually the correct way to do this. You know, so I come and I give you what I think. So I point you in the right direction so you could go do your research and find the evidence for it. So you're doing the right thing. You shouldn't be coming here and telling just accept something just because I told you, right? But I'm pointing you in the right direction so that you could go look for the evidence to see. I think your investigation will be a lot easier if I tell you what to look for, right? So one of the things you could look for is whether this revolution, whether this uprising is actually about bringing Pahlavi back to Iran, right? Okay, and you could also say, well, is Masih Alinejad representing that, right? Um, are the Iranian people inside Iran in favor of Masih Alinejad or not? You could look at that, right? And here's the thing: even if you think that them being against Masih Alinejad is wrong and unjustified, at the end of the day, it's the will of the Iranian people, and we want the revolution of the Iranian people to be based on what they want, right? So if Masih Alinejad is hated by Iranians, even if you don't agree with them, at the end of the day, that means that she doesn't represent them, right? So if she's hated by them and she doesn't represent them, when she goes around and pretends that she represents them, that's not being honest.
I agree.
I appreciate you, by the way, you investigating this and looking into this, and I also appreciate you for caring about the Iranian people and their liberation. Okay,
I appreciate you, Armin, very much. Very, very much.
thank you.
All right. And we have a tool on this topic. Please go ahead, Jeffrey.
Oh, I was just gonna sum it up. So, well, not that I need to sound Armin. I mean, His Highness Prince Reza Pahlavi has broader support some inside Iran, and as Armin outlined, is often chanted during protests as a unifying anti-regime figure. Masih, I'm gonna butcher her name. Masih, she had particularly strong support amongst younger women due to her direct focus on hijab and women's rights prior to January 26, 2026. It was because of, I mean, that kind of faltered even before. I'm saying the opposition to her dropped, or her support dropped very precipitously after January 2026 because of her opposition to His Highness Prince Reza Pahlavi after Iranians chanted Prince Reza Pahlavi's name as a focus of their resistance. Right? So her doing that was kind of like saying fuck you to Iranian resistance who were bleeding inside Iran. You know, it was kind of like she co-opted and then tried to redefine the very thing that they were suffering and dying for.
All right. Next to respond on this topic, we have Kathy.
Hello. How do you pronounce your name? I don't want to butcher your name. I apologize.
Zunair, is that how you pronounce your name? Do you want to answer?
Zunair?
Yeah, Zunair.
Zunair is my name. Yes, correct.
So, I will say when it comes to gaining, this is just a suggestion. At the end of the day, you do what's right for you. But when you're trying to grab information or listen to the news regarding to what's happening in Iran, go where the Iranian diaspora goes. And I promise you, the Iranian diaspora is not listening to CNN. None of us do. Because CNN reports on what the Islamic Republic wants to be said, not the accurate information. So a good reference would be Iran International, 2CTV, Goldie, Armin. Those are just a couple of suggestions. There are more to name, but that's just my recommendation. Stop watching CNN when it comes to Iran.
Or anything. All right.
But Kathy, just the problem is that Masih Alinejad also gets invited on right leaning and on Fox News even. What do you
Yeah,
say?
you're I personally don't, whenever she's on TV, I don't listen to her, especially since, so just for reference, I'm half Iranian and half Cuban, and I have family in Iran and in Cuba. And I have a family member that's a Javinum, and so anything that discredits the Iranian people, I don't watch or listen to. So I don't listen to her at all.
Kathy, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
And Kathy, I'm going to make you a VIP member so you have access to all of our group calls.
I appreciate it. Yeah, anything regarding Iran or Cuba, I know a lot. So
Okay, that's a great combination. Thank you. Okay, Monkey.
Do we have any super chats?
Yes, we have 4. Fickle Nut, thank you so much for the super chat saying the Islamic Republic changed their name to Two Chicken Shit to Fight, so hide in tunnels regime. Okay, okay. All right. Thank you for the super chat. Mad Brick with a super chat saying, as it is very clear, millions of people on the streets of Iran and across the world called Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi as the leader, not Masih. And when she attacks the leader, she can't be people's voice. Yep, exactly. She can't be. And she's basically attacking what the Iranian people bled for in early January. Royut, I think. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. And thank you for supporting us always. We're just going to call you Roy. I read that one. And then we got another super chat from Shannon. Shannon saying, Zumar, Zonair, I think Zonair, skepticism is reasonable. Go look at the rallies around the world and notice all of the Pahlavi signs. I was skeptical at first too. Oh, thank you, Shannon. Yeah, I'm actually a huge advocate of skepticism. So it's good to be skeptical. It's good to also be appreciating skepticism. So if you're certain of something, if you tell somebody that and they don't buy it right away, you shouldn't get angry with them. That's a reasonable position. Just because you're certain of it, they shouldn't just buy it right away just because you told them, right? So it's good when you tell somebody something, even if you have evidence for it. Well, it's going to take them time to go and research it. It's good that they're like, okay, I'll take that into account, right? So don't get angry with people if they don't just immediately buy into what you're saying. That doesn't make any sense, right? And thank you, Shannon. And then Shay, thank you so much for the super chat saying Iran International is mix of pro and against Pahlavi, so take it with a grain of salt. Yes, that's true. I agree with that. Just so you don't. I'm by the way, I'm not in favor of not watching media that you disagree with. Like I know a lot of you guys here saying like, oh, don't watch this, don't watch that. I try to watch all of them. I try to watch all of them while being mindful of their bias. Like you know, I watch Nick Fuentes, I watch Anna Kasparian if I had time. I watch Cenk Uygur if I had time. I watch Tucker Carlson. In fact, I try to watch at least more than 50% of what I watch. I try to make it so that it's from sources that I do not agree with, because I don't want to be in my bubble. It's not like I trust them, but I do want to see what they have to say. My name is Armin Navabi. I'm an Iranian political analyst with decades of experience fighting the Islamic regime inside and outside of Iran. Make sure you follow me for more, and also make sure you join our discussion group. I'm there almost every single day. Come talk to me there and the rest of the people there in our group calls. It's a great place to meet and talk to people who like talking about politics. The link is in the description and or in the bio. You could also get there by scanning the QR code on the screen. See you there.